Oh,
Hi everyone, thank you for listening in. Our topic for this project is cannabis use disorder, also known as CUD. And my group members are Kaylee Bennett, me, Alondra Campa, Tyler Hamilton, and Shelby Newton. To start off with this project, cannabis use disorder is an addictive and dependency behavior towards marijuana. In the US, marijuana is the most commonly used substance since 2019. As far as being diagnosed with CUD, the US is seeing a rise in numbers, specifically the ages 18 to 25, primarily linked to the age entering independence and being exposed to college life. And as of 2022 and 2023, the use of cannabis hit an all-time high and is a mind-altering drug.
All right, and then just to sort of understand a little bit of an overview of what CUD is and sort of just a little overmap of what it is. So first, I want to start off by defining cannabis, just because within the name cannabis use disorder, it's the drug that is currently being abused. So cannabis is a mind-altering drug commonly smoked for a person's personal enjoyment or health reasons. Research show that over 50 million American people, or about 19% of Americans, have used this drug at least once within the year of 2020, and this number has only grown since 2020. But this is the most recent um, just statistics that we were able to find, and just some statistics to go over it. Data published in 2017 by Colorado Department of Public Health and Environment showed that more than 1 in 8 adult state residents over the age of 18 currently use marijuana in the years of 2014 and 2015. And then this is whenever we were first starting to see the rise of marijuana use and cannabis use within the United States, specifically focusing on the state of Colorado. And then globally, for the two sexes combined, incidence cases of CUDs increased steadily from 2.82 million in 1990 to 3.73 million in 2019. So that is just a um, let's see, that is about a 29-year difference, and we're seeing it grow by the millions every about 10 years. And so it's definitely a big issue and a big disorder that we are seeing more prevalent now that the talk of marijuana is more out. And then just some risk factors that go into CUD. We have a distal, proximal, and developmental risk factors. This is just an easy way to group them into sort of three different categories. So your distal risk factors would include a person's past. So this could be how their parents raised them, and all of that in the person's past is a reason why they developed the CUD disorder. The proximal is your lifestyle, behaviors, demography, and environment. And so each of these would impact your risk for CUD. And once you have it, your sort of just the overall measure of it. And then your developmental, so this could be your parents' marital status, your marital status, poor school performance for those that are entering that state of independence within going to college. They start relying on more of the drug and not relying on focusing on their schoolwork. And so this is just a little overview of the reason of why we are wanting to do this disorder and why we chose our project over this, because it is a growing issue within the United States.
Now over to this graph, it shows the incidence rate over state, national, and county. The incidence is over new cases, and we are able to see that the cannabis use is greater nationally than at the state and local level. Therefore, globally, both sexes combined incidence cases of CUDs increased steadily from 2.82 million to 3.73 million. while the state of Colorado and the city of Boulder fall just over and just under the million mark.
Okay, so I'm going to talk about intervention opportunities in our target population. So our target population was college students and people aged from 18 to 30 years old. So some of our intervention opportunities were our school-based programs. So if you've heard of like the DARE program or the All-Star program, like in our schools, those are basically the same thing. We have pharmacotherapies, which is a doctor taking prescribing a legal drug to kind of counteract with the marijuana use to make like where you don't want to use marijuana. Then we have counseling and talking to someone to learn ways to cope with issues without using cannabis or marijuana. And then we also have our compassionate use program. So that's being able to take or use marijuana wherever or whenever because they have a medical condition that has no medicine to help with their pain. And then we have one more intervention opportunity, and that is our e-checkup to go program. It's for students that are struggling, but they're super scared to seek help in person because of its stigma. So this program creates a safe space. Um, that was implemented by Colorado State University, and I was actually checking, and A&M Commerce actually has this program. So this is super helpful for all university students.
Yes, I'll be talking about implications and successful interventions and preventions. Health education in schools. I know certain schools provide drug substance classes, drug abuse classes. I remember when I went to high school, I took a couple of um, drug abuse classes just to get the history behind what drugs does, what the side effects to things. Counseling, just as Shelby stated, counseling is a big, big, big help. One-on-one counseling or just group member counseling. Um, and emotional substance hotline, the number to that to reduce the stigma and rates for those who are suffering from cannabis abuse or just drug abuse in general. Public health educators and school teachers. Everything starts at home, but when you leave home, school is the second place where you get the most learning. And like I said, education is important, and we need um, community, our teachers, to speak more on this regarding the use of cannabis because this is an issue. Raising awareness, whether communication through social media, flyers, in person, like I said, over the phone, even commercials. We need to raise more awareness. Though I know marijuana is somewhat accepted and viewed upon as an okay drug to use because clinics use it for medical trials. People have arthritis, inflammation. So to a degree, but at the end of the day, a drug. Um, yes, and wait, a drug is a drug. I'm sorry about that. A drug is a drug. Policymakers, um, following the CDC guidelines and information about this issue, because this is an issue. CDC reports successful interventions, just as I stated. They also give good research on how people can become addicted. So 3 out of 10 people who smokes marijuana or cannabis, 3 people out of that 10 as a population group will become addicted. Um, so, like I said, this is an issue in helping city council members provide information in different languages and provide more help in certain areas for better outcomes. Um, rural areas, it can be lower class or even upper or middle class. Anybody can become addicted. So everybody doesn't speak English. So um, different languages, providing information in different languages for those who are suffering from abuse and get provided. Like I said, working with educators, providing information on cannabis about these issues to find more solutions needed. Successful interventions and preventions are in place, but as research science further evolves, you just find more and more because something can always be done. In the conclusion, to wrap up, Our paper, cannabis is a main issue among 18 to 30-year-olds, adolescents, young adults, high school students. Anybody can become addicted, but the target population is 19 to 30-year-olds. Also, research shows that cannabis reached an all-time high in the year 2020. Of course, that was a terrible year for everybody, COVID. And then also in the year 2021, research shows it will continue, cannabis use will rise over the next 5 years. So we would like that to get reduced as much as possible amongst the target population, anybody suffering from this abuse. Improve awareness in certain areas where usage is high. I know there's somewhat stipulation like the lower end communities, socioeconomic status, but anybody can become addicted, no matter what their income is. Um, the references are provided for our paper, and thank you for everybody who tuned in. Hopefully, you learned something by us sharing.
Yeah.